In today's video, we're diving into some major updates surrounding the Nintendo Switch 2, which has been making waves in the gaming world even before its official release. There's been a lot of buzz online, but how much of it is actually accurate? While fans on platforms like YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, and Facebook have voiced concerns, some early reports from regions like France suggest that the Nintendo Switch 2 is already hitting historic sales levels in pre-orders, which is quite a different story than what you might read in the comments section. This contrast serves as a useful reminder that online fan reactions don't always mirror the general market's response. A quick look at pre-order data from various countries paints a picture of a highly anticipated console. In fact, Nintendo has already seen some impressive numbers, and this might give us a rough idea of how well the Switch 2 will perform at launch, especially when it comes to stock availability across multiple regions. So, let's break down what's happening behind the scenes. One of the standout moments comes from an official statement by Furukawa, Nintendo's president, who addressed the Japanese market directly. According to him, the demand for the Nintendo Switch 2 in Japan is already exceeding what Nintendo expected. The company had anticipated a high level of interest, but the number of pre-orders has taken them by surprise. Furukawa's statement included a warning that, despite Nintendo's best efforts to prepare, they won't be able to meet demand right out of the gate. He went on to explain that even with a second lottery for pre-orders, many customers might be left without a console. At first, this signals a reality check for those expecting easy availability at launch. Nintendo's strategy involves ramping up production as quickly as possible to meet the demand. However, Furukawa made it clear that the company will be playing catch-up in terms of initial stock availability. It's a sobering reminder that pre-order timing will be crucial if you're looking to get your hands on the Switch 2 early on. Let's talk about the situation in Europe, specifically in France. According to a report from French retailer Fnac, Nintendo Switch 2 hardware sales are already setting new records. The sales figures are beyond what was expected for a new console, and the demand for accessories like the Pro Controller and the camera is also through the roof. What's especially interesting here is that Fnac's predictions for the Switch 2 launch are huge. Up to 300,000 units could sell on the first day alone. For comparison, the PS5 only sold 107,000 units on its launch day in France, which makes the Switch 2's numbers even more impressive. We're also seeing a shift in the type of consumer buying the Switch 2. Fnac has observed that the buyers are spending more than usual, signaling a shift from the casual audience to a more dedicated gaming crowd. This aligns with the core gamer demographic that Nintendo has been courting with the Switch 2, and it seems like the higher price point won't deter them. If anything, the excitement around accessories like the Mario Kart bundle proves that this console is attracting a serious fan base eager to dive into the new features. Now, let's talk about some of the details that have emerged regarding the Nintendo Switch 2's performance and accessories. We've heard whispers of a significant update on the GameCube controller compatibility, particularly for those planning to use it with Nintendo Switch Online GameCube titles. It seems that while it may be a feature that works specifically for those games, this could also signal broader support for retro features that fans have been clamoring for. Switch 2's launch will also bring with it the promise of upgraded file sizes, which is something to keep in mind as you plan for storage. A Nintendo spokesperson confirmed that file sizes for many first-party and third-party games are larger than ever, and this means the microSD express card you pick up for your Switch 2 will need to offer substantial capacity. Whether you're storing your favorite games, DLC, or other content, upgrading your storage will be essential for a smooth gaming experience. To further highlight the excitement, the French market's enthusiasm is a good indicator of what's to come globally. Nintendo has a reputation for delivering consoles that resonate with gamers, and the Switch 2 seems set to continue that trend. The fact that we're seeing 3 times the launch figures of the original Switch is both a reflection of the brand's enduring popularity and a sign of how eager players are for new gaming experiences. As we get closer to the official launch of the Nintendo Switch 2, the excitement will only continue to grow. Pre-orders are set to start tonight in the US and Canada, and with the sheer demand seen in other regions, it's clear that securing one early on will be crucial. If you plan to pick one up, make sure you're ready for the launch rush. Finally, Another exciting tidbit has surfaced regarding a major game coming to the Switch 2. The Elder Scrolls IV: Oblivion Remastered is reportedly in the works for the new console. Although it wasn't officially announced in the game's trailer, leaks suggest that it's coming. Fans of the Elder Scrolls series are excited at the prospect of playing this remastered classic on the go. With this edition, it seems like more major titles are being brought to the Switch 2, further cementing its place as a serious contender in the gaming landscape. Whether you're a fan of first-party Nintendo titles or third-party releases, the Switch 2 is shaping up to be an incredibly exciting console. The blend of portability, power, and exclusive features makes it a must-have for gamers. With major pre-order numbers and interest levels already surpassing expectations, the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2 looks set to be one of the biggest gaming events of the year. Thank you for tuning in to today's update. Be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on your bell notifications so you never miss the latest news and insights on the world of gaming. Until next time, take care and stay tuned for more updates right here on Techno Trend Zone.